Everybody, it's Dr. Sam Robbins. Now, today's topic is about a shower or a grower. That regards your penis, right? So I had a course about how to increase the size of your penis, and I got a lot of questions asking, hey, can I be a shower versus a grower? Now, I'll tell you about the differences of the two. And also, most people would rather be a shower because, well, let's face it, if it's hung bigger and larger, when it's flaccid, then it's going to make a good first impression when you're about to have sex, for the first time. It gives you more confidence. Maybe if you're walking around the locker rooms or you just happen to go to a nude beach or whatever, it's going to improve your confidence. So that's the first thing. The other question is, hey, what if you are more of a grower, meaning like you start off small and you get a lot bigger? How can you turn it into just being a shower, basically being longer, fuller, hanging when it's just flaccid? So I'll discuss all that today. Additionally, how you can also have just bigger, harder, and fuller erections, even when you do become erect. So at the end of the day, whether you're a shower or a grower, ultimately guys just want to be as big and hard as possible and not have to deal with erectile problems. So that's what I'll discuss today. So let's get started. Now, before I actually start or share one of my own personal experiences, being a grower at the beginning and now I'm much more of a shower, I want you to watch this funny Seinfeld clip, and I'll talk about it in a minute.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, I thought this was the baby's room. I'm really sorry.
I was in the pool! I was in the pool!
So what?
Well, ordinarily, I wouldn't mind. But
what?
Well, I just got back from swimming in the pool, and the water was cold.
You mean shrinkage?
Yes! Significant shrinkage.
So you feel you were shortchanged?
Yes. I mean, if she thinks that's me, she's under a complete misapprehension. That was not me, Jerry.
All right, so that's a funny episode, and I remember the first time I saw it, I thought, that is funny, that's true, especially because it's happened to me, going to the pool or whatever, or, getting out of the shower when it's a little bit better and all that stuff. So it's true, and mainly because, again, he, in this episode, George feels insecure because he's like, hey, man, that's not me, and that's true. That's why you want to preferably become a shower. So for no other reason, just better self-confidence. When your confidence is better, you don't have anxiety, your performance will be better. So before this video, I decided to just measure myself to see how it is. And I measured it, and basically I tend to be almost 5 inches flaccid. So it's about 4.8. And so therefore I know I'm more of a shower. Right, I'm not going to be a grower. Sometimes you're like maybe only 1 or 2 inches, and then boom, you grow a lot more. So I'm a shower. Now again, that's flaccid, not hard. But when I think back to my younger years, I think I was much more of a grower. I don't remember, just hanging as much as I am now. And I'll talk about the aging aspect of this, as well as all the different things I did to make myself more of a shower versus a grower. Maybe you can apply it to your life, to your penis, and hopefully get similar results. So first of all, what defines a penis grower versus a shower? There was a 2018 research with 274 men. They found that age played a significant role in whether the participants were growers or showers. And I'll talk about more, about age in a minute. Now, as far as the definition, based on the research, they define a grower as having a flaccid penis to erect penis that increased 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches or more. While if it's less than 4 centimeters or less than 1.5 inches, that meant that you're a shower. So to summarize, if your flaccid penis grew 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches or more, you're a grower. If If it grew more, then you're going to be a grower, and if it's less, you're a shower. I honestly don't know who came up with this 4 centimeter thing, but that's what the study is. So just take this all with a grain of salt. It was just one study. There aren't that many studies about shower growers. Now, based on this own research, taking myself into account between flaccid and growth, I actually do grow more than 4 centimeters, which is 1.5 inches. So I'm thinking, so which am I? Am I a grower? Am I a shower? Ultimately, it doesn't matter. It's what you feel comfortable with your penis. Now, if you want to be more of a shower, then great. Let's just focus on that. If you're fine with the, grower part, then that's fine. So I don't look as much into, centimeters or inches of growth. It's just like, hey, how do you feel confident-wise when you're just walking around flaccid? That's the bottom line. And if you want to grow more, that's what this video will show. By the way, out of the 274 participants, 24% of them were growers, and the other 26% were growers, 74% were showers. So if you are a grower, and hence you're smaller flaccid, you're not alone. About 25% of people are like that. All right, so what determines whether your penis is a grower or shower? What controls all this? Well, the penis, the tissue, is comprised of elastic fibers, collagen, smooth muscle, and arteries and veins. And all of these combined allow the penis to be erect. However, with age, you tend to lose elasticity, gravity, things pull down. So you actually, with age, you end up being more of a shower, because again, it's gravity's pulling down. You're not as, the skin elasticity isn't there, the collagen elasticity is. So when you're younger, you tend to be more of a grower, where as you get older, you tend to be more of a shower. However, the other problem is that aging causes a shrinkage in the penis. So even though it's hanging longer, over years, you can actually just be, it's not hanging, even though it's hanging longer, the penis actually does shrink when it's erect, and it's also, the girth gets a little bit narrower, so it's more like a quote-unquote pencil dick. So one of the aging problems of the penis shrinking is just lower testosterone levels, as well as higher estrogen and cortisol and stress hormones, which then negatively affect testosterone levels. So hormones become an issue. Additionally, not only is the penis shrinking because of hormonal imbalances and other growth factors, such as growth hormone and peptides and so forth, you're not using it as much as you get older, so that adds to the shrinkage. Plus, when you do get erect and when you're older, because of the lack of the hormones, because of the lack of blood flow, because of the lack of use, it actually loses size altogether, and you don't get as hard, as full of an erection as when you were younger. So again, use it or lose it type of situation, and that's what I'll discuss today, how you can become more of a shower, as well as being able to get as hard and full as possible, and hopefully even add some size to your penis, both length, girth, and just thickness. So there's other factors that cause shrinkage. As I mentioned, aging is one, hormones is another, but temperature is one. As you saw in the video with George, cold shrinks. So if you're going to get in an area where, might potentially better to be warm than cold. So keep that in mind. Additionally, stress. Stress is another factor that causes shrinkage, because when you're stressed, cortisol and adrenaline go up. That fight or flight, and adrenaline and cortisol vasoconstrict. It lowers blood flow, and it basically, you retract inward. So again, it's almost like, if you think about it, it's nature. If you are under stress, if you're under fight or flight, if you do have anxiety and adrenaline is going, that's one reason, the nature is like, hey, this isn't the best time to have sex. You're obviously under stress, so things go inward to protect you. And this is like a lot of guys who, for example, will take amphetamines and so forth. They will have shrinkage of the penis. It becomes more, just goes inward. So they end up becoming growers versus showers, just because the amphetamine, the adrenaline, retracts things inward, and the muscle constrict, and also less blood flow. All right, so how can you become more of a shower rather than a grower, right? So how can you just have your flaccid penis just be as big as possible, right? Or at least bigger than it is, if you're not happy with it. So here's just some things and that I'll share with you. And again, most guys just, if no other reason, they want this for just better self-confidence. When your confidence is higher, your performance will be better. One of them is you want to lose weight. All right, look, if you have a fat belly, which is where the fat typically goes for us guys, that pubic area also ends up getting, fat accumulation. So all of a sudden you have like an extra 1 or maybe, 1 inch, maybe even 2 inches, depending on how fat you are, of extra fat padding that automatically makes your penis look smaller because there's fat around it. Now it's like stuck inside of there. So keep that in mind. In fact, I had this guy that years ago I had consulted with and about penis enlargement. He was like obsessed about penis enlargement, and he grew his penis from 6.5 inches to almost 10 inches, which is huge, right? It's huge undertaking. It's very rare that someone grows that long. And the guy was obsessed. He was doing these penis exercises and taking testosterone boosters, all this stuff, literally 2-3 hours every day he was exercising. He was obsessed. Then one day he told me, it's not as impressive that I have, this 10-inch penis because I'm fat. So he says, even though it's 10 inches when I measure it, bone pressed and all that stuff, it looks much smaller. So long story short, I had him focus on losing weight. He was unhealthy anyhow. Just gave him some suggestions. He started taking his health seriously. He ended up losing a ton of weight. At the same time, he stopped doing his penis exercises, and his penis shrank from like 10 inches to 9 inches because he just wasn't uptaking that. So no big deal, it's still large. But the fact that he lost all that extra blubber and belly fat and all that, he said his 9-inch penis looked much bigger than his original 10-inch penis when he had all that fat around the area. So keep that in mind. Just losing the fat is going to be healthy for you. It's going to improve your hormones. So losing fat is always a good idea, especially if you care about penis size or the illusion of your penis. Another factor that can make your penis look bigger is trimming the hair, all right? If you've got this big bush, it's like maybe you got hair a couple inches long, it's going to, again, hide the base of the penis. So when you do see it, maybe it's covering up half of it. So it's hidden. So just imagine if you got a fat belly, that fat pubic area, and a hairy pubic area, your penis is going to look tiny. So regardless even how big it is. So keep that in mind. Trim the hair. This is in the 70s, all right? You can definitely, cut it with a scissor or take a buzzer or keep it short, do some manscaping. So lose the fat and trim the hair. Now, another important factor, again, to increase the size and also make you more of a shower than a grower is improving your hormones. Testosterone is huge, all right? Testosterone is needed for muscle growth. Testosterone drops as you get older, and that's part of the reason that you decrease in penis size. Again, when you lack testosterone, you lack sex drive, you're not using it, and that shrinks it. So definitely you have to improve your testosterone levels naturally from within. And you can easily do it. I've done tons of videos and courses and all this stuff. I put all the links below that to them for free underneath this video. But improving your testosterone levels at the same time, optimizing your other hormones, such as I mentioned earlier, stress hormones such as cortisol and estrogen, the female hormone, that all helps optimize and maximize your hormones, your youth hormones, your sex hormones, your testosterone, your libido, your sex drive, your sexual performance. Now, there's lots of different herbs that do it. Again, I mentioned it. As you guys have heard me, I've been taking AlphaViril for over 25 years. It's a supplement. It contains all the best clinically researched ingredients that help optimize the hormones. Not just increase your total or free testosterone, but also helps optimize the other hormones such as stress hormones and estrogen and prolactin and so forth. So that's a key factor. Improve your hormones. And again, diet and exercise matter. And finally, you need to do penis exercises. By doing penis exercises, which again, I have a free email course about this, how to increase your length and girth by doing specific penis exercises. Probably heard of them, maybe jelqing and stretching and penis pumps. What that does is it definitely increases, the size by just being flaccid, because you're pumping blood in there for like maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes a day. Sometimes you do it twice a day. Your penis, by also stretching it throughout the day and pumping it and bringing more blood flow is key to all this. It just starts to look fuller. It's kind of like when you go to the gym and you work out, and after the gym, your muscles like fully pumped, and you're like, man, I wish I could keep this. And it stays pumped for like maybe an hour or two, or 3. Well, the same with the penis. But the thing is, it'll just hang longer. And I know all these things that I've done over the years have definitely turned me more into a shower than a grower. Again, I also take supplements that increase blood flow. There's a product called Blood Flow Optimizer. It helps improve circulation. So I add it with the AlphaViril and the exercises. And all of these things, little by little, 1 + 2 + 3, lose the fat, trim the hair and all that stuff, it starts making big improvements. Not right away necessarily, like unless you trim the hair, that shows effects right away. But just be patient, be persistent. I've got all this information below in the video on how you can do all this stuff. So basically, you can feel more confident and improve your performance mentally and physically. Those are the reasons we're doing it. This is for you. Sometimes women don't care, right? But you do. And if that's what bothers you or that's what you want to improve on, awesome. It's for you. It's how you feel on the inside. And that's what I'm here to do, help you achieve your health goals. So in summary, genetics obviously matter, right? Age matters, as I stated. Hormones matter, losing fat, trimming the hair. And ultimately, you've listened to me. Maybe you're a subscriber, maybe you're not. But please don't be like most people who just listens or watches and does nothing. Be that smart, successful 5% that takes this information and applies it and takes action right away. All right? Take action. There's all this free information below this video. Even if you just do one, and then a week later you add another one and another one and another one. Over the next few months, you're starting to see huge, literal improvements. And all you're going to think is, man, I wish I had done this a long time ago. So there you have it. I hope this was helpful. Subscribe, comment below any questions you have, and wishing you a very happy and healthy day.